Hey everybody, it's Dr. J and Kamal Street live from Long Island, New York, where we have another start to another terrible week. We're starting off a 4-day week on the downside, hoping for that Santa Claus rally to gather some steam, but it ran out. Santa Claus didn't have oomph this year.
Nope. No
Yeah,
show.
it doesn't look like we're going to get much of a rally after all. Let's see what optimistic words we have coming out of MA. Shalom. That's always optimistic. Please issue a very stern warning to the market that it had better start going up. I'm with you.
Yeah, please. I think they listen to you.
Yeah, all right. So from now on, we're going to do nothing but go up for the next, how long? 3 weeks?
Well, I think I mentioned this before. I think no rallies coming between now and end of year.
Yeah.
Probably next week.
All right, so January 3rd begins the new rally.
Yeah, it's going to be more pain, I think.
Yeah, Tesla, we're going to get a big rally in Tesla, aren't we? We have to at some point. It's getting killed, and it's gone down in market cap from 1.2 trillion to like 300 billion, something like that.
Yeah, because Elon Musk keeps selling billions and billions of shares.
Absentee management now. He's more involved with Twitter.
Yeah.
And also he showed that he's an eccentric. He showed his eccentricity, and a lot of people are turned off by it.
Yeah,
so that's another thing. You know, if you're going to spend 50,000-60,000 on a luxury automobile, and you dislike what the CEO stands for, you might look to buy a different manufacturers.
Yeah, some people are like that. Not everybody, but some people are like that.
Some people, you don't want to, when you're a CEO, you don't want to alienate anybody.
Correct.
So, you know, if you're a right winger, keep your politics to yourself. If you're a left winger, same thing. Keep your politics to yourself. I happen to be as dead center as anybody could be.
They say when you are in business, you should not take sides.
That's correct. Apolitical. You have to be.
You have to be. Because somebody somewhere somehow is going to get offended.
Yeah. We need more charging stations to charge Tesla stock. I really think it'll catch a bid at some point. I added today at 111. Remember I said it's going to go to 110 after it broke 128?
Right.
I bought it right around there, 111. The next stop, if it doesn't stop now, it'll go to 90. That would be the next stop.
I believe it will hit below 100. Yes, it's heading in that direction.
Yeah. Have you got a cold?
I am recovering. Actually, it's been really horrible for days.
What is it?
Yeah, I had a cold. I'm recovering right now.
Hello, night 2. Hola. MA, ding ding, guys, wake up. We're late. We were late today. We're late. Yeah, that's because I had a trading hangover today. I was hungover from trading. Max Payne Tesla. All right, 90. I'll say 90. What's your Max Payne on Tesla?
I don't own any.
What's that? No, but what do you think the Max Payne is? A number that you think
it will? It's highly likely it's going to get below 100. It's going to be in the 90s.
Okay, 90s. I say 90 even would be Max Payne.
Okay.
Elon's giving advice to not to buy his stock. That's funny. The CEO saying, "Don't buy my stock." What kind of CEO says that?
The guy who sold most of his shares, I guess.
I mean, he's got to lower the prices on the vehicles in order to sell them. That's the bottom line. because he's got competition now.
Yeah, he definitely has competition.
He's only 50% of the EV market now. That's far from where he was. He was like 90%.
Well, he was the only player back then, but not
Yeah, he was the
anymore.
only player. And MA is a buyer at $20.
I don't think it's gonna get there, but
No, probably
who knows
not.
nowadays?
But I mean, they were a $1.2 trillion company. I think they were the third biggest in the world, right? Or at least in the U.S. Get him off Twitter. I agree. He had no business buying Twitter. It was the stupidest move he could have made.
That was a huge distraction.
And he's ruining Twitter besides. And I don't feel comfortable on Twitter anymore like I used to be. I don't know how he could ruin Twitter that quickly. MA says Elon wants to load up on a Tesla on the cheap. I don't think he's got the money to buy any of Tesla. Elon has to deliver on all his promises, or forget it. I mean, the Cybertruck and whatever other kinds of promises he's made, he better deliver in 2023. But the thing is, if the margins have come down to normal car margins, right? He's not getting huge margins anymore either on his sales. With the lowering of the price, it's going to be like a regular car company. So he's got to sell tons of it. MA says he has money to buy. You know how? I don't know how. Buybacks. Yeah, you could do that. Pay himself salary and buy stock, but not nearly in the same quantity that he sold.
Correct.
That's the thing. He
I think the last time he sold like $40 billion worth of stocks.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
it is.
Some countries don't have that.
Let's take a look at the chart on Tesla. I think maybe sell my bags in VBIB after averaging down to buy some Tesla at 90. Yeah, VBIB is probably hopeless.
Yeah, I never believed in it.
I just kind of bought some because Arjun was so gung ho. So
no, I never believed in VBIF.
Yeah, Arjun will come back. He's taking a marriage break. He's still the honeymoon. How long does the honeymoon last? 6 months?
Depends.
I think about 6 months.
It depends.
It depends, yeah. After 6 months, the honeymoon is over.
6 months sounds like a stretch.
Maybe we should get his wife on the show. Forget about Arjun. VRII partnership news coming. I don't know that one, VRII. Do you know that one?
Nope.
PR was supposed to be released by end of the year. PRII. We can take a look at it. You know what might be a good buy for 2023? One of your old favorites, Amgen. They've got a lot of irons in the fire, so to speak, and they've come down a little off the highs. Let's look at some charts.
Let's do that.
Yeah. So by the end of the day, the S&P was only down 0.4%. That isn't terrible. And the Dow held on to its gain of 0.11%. It had been up over 100, right, earlier in the day.
Well, it looks much worse in my portfolio.
Look at the NASDAQ, down 1.4%, getting killed. And that's why our portfolios are so red, heavily NASDAQ.
Yep.
The Russell only down 0.65%. And China stocks were up today. So maybe we should pay a little more attention to China. Look at Tesla, it closed
I
below.
have Baba.
It broke my 110. I bought it at 111. It went down 2 points since I bought. After hours, 108. This is really in free fall. I'm only nibbling a little. I know it's like catching the knife, and who knows, you got to let the dust settle before you put serious money into this one. But sooner or later, it will catch a bid, and people will make even if ultimately it goes to 20, like I may mention, people will make money on the long end. It's just timing, like anything else.
But it's been beaten really badly the past couple of months.
It has, and the first rule of investing is never try to catch a falling knife. So you probably shouldn't do what I'm doing, nibbling a few shares here and there as it drops. But I want to be a little bit early on this one. I'd rather be early than late to the party, because there will be a party. I just don't know when the party is beginning. Right now, it's the opposite.
It's in the party.
Yeah, in the party, not a party. This high here at $81 is possible, 81.53. I'm going to revise my max pain statement to fit this little gap fill at 81.53. It's a tiny gap fill at about
Wow.
$81. I think considering the momentum it has, it could get there.
Correct.
I mean, this is the weekly, so
3 more days till end of year.
no, this is the weekly, so it could get there by the end of February. Certainly possible. And look, this looks like a very nice area of support after it fills the gap. So this $80 number, keep that in mind. It's I hate to say it, but it's possible. Maybe even more than possible. This is a key weekly low here at from 9/7/2020, and that's the low of 109.96. We closed below that. So yeah, I mean the way this is precipitously falling, I'm going to lower my max pain to $80 max pain.
Wow.
BIIB. January 6th, there hasn't been any news that I missed. I haven't been following daily, but I don't think there was news on their Alzheimer's drug yet, right?
Nope.
The weekly shows this huge pop on the good news for its Alzheimer's drug from September 25th, that it looks like it's going to pass FDA. And it ran to a high of 311. So I think when it passes, if it's January 6th or before, I still think we could get a 100-point pop from wherever it's selling at the time. So the 200 should come into play. The way it's going down with the market, the 200 looks like a good point to enter, 264. If you're looking for 100 points either way, really, because if that drug flunks, it could be 164 instead of 364.
Wow.
So it's a gamble. But if you want to, it looks like a good gamble, as opposed to a bad gamble. So for those with a gambling bent, it looks like a good opportunity. As always, do your own due diligence. Our opinions are strictly our own, and check with an advisor before acting, right? It's not investment advice, because our investment advice is lately, don't do what we're doing, because we haven't been doing the right thing. Hate to say it. I admit, how can I say I've been doing great when one of my portfolios is down 40% on the year, another one is down 20, and my best portfolio is down 15. So I can't brag about how great I'm doing.
I think that's the mainstream. Everybody isn't not everybody, but most people are in that.
But I'm Dr. J. I'm supposed to be doing better. All right, NWBO, Northwest Bio. I bought some of this today. That's why
Yeah,
I'm looking at it. Yeah. I threw a few shekels on this one. And if you notice, it's right bouncing off the 200, and it doesn't really go much below it ever. So it looks like a good opportunity to buy. I don't know when we get news on this, but when we get news, it could zoom. This one has the potential, so it's worth holding at least, if not adding. Car companies besides Tesla are getting killed as well. So they're all getting killed. Lucid, new 52-week low today at $6.18. Very, very annoying, to say the least. How about FSR? FSR is another one near its lows. It's just terrible. XPEV, Chinese company, I think is near its low. 980. It's off the lows. I think the lows were about 8. It's come back off the lows, but hardly anything to write home about. So these companies are all getting killed. I keep losing my mouse on this machine. I got to buy one of those wireless mice. There we go. For Christmas, Kamal, get me a wireless mouse.
next Christmas. This Christmas is not.
You can't afford it this Christmas.
You can't afford nothing.
You can't afford nothing. This is an AI play. This is a virtual reality play. This is a metaverse play. This is a kids play. I love Roblox. I'm looking to pick it up on the cheap. Just a question of how cheap is cheap. The low of the year, 2165, made back here in May 8th. We're at 2633. I think, considering the market, I shouldn't be rushing to add to Roblox. I'll pick some up at 21. Bitcoin is hanging in there, considering everything. It's hanging. I'm impressed, actually, with Bitcoin, considering all the negative publicity. It really hasn't given up the ghost. It's trading very, very even. The low of 15,599. It's actually impressive the way it's held up. I see Bitcoin leading the S&P back sometime
I
next.
agree with that. I agree with that.
Sometime next year. What about the Dow? The Dow is the best of the averages, and it continues to be the best of the averages. What are we off on the Dow? The high was 36.3, approximately. Is that right? Something like that. And today it closed at 33,241, about 10%, which is really nothing compared to every other average. Notice how every one of these downward moves, this one from 1-2, how it begins with a doji, an ugly looking doji, either with the body totally at the bottom or just off the bottom. like a greystone type doji. So often the Dow falls on that kind of a candle. Repeatedly, look here again, back on 814. Notice the similarity in the candle from the 1-4 candle. 814, 1-4. And this is, I know this is the weekly, but on the daily as well. Let me look at the daily. We have those kind of dojis. Where is the beginning of the year? I can do 1 year, right?
1 year.
So the beginning of the year would be Jan 4. It's not that obvious that it's a doji as it was for the weekly. The weekly showed it better. Anyway, the Dow is by far the best of the averages, and it's finding support at it's finding support at the 50, and we had a golden cross, the 50 and the 200, very bullish sign for the Dow. The Dow is actually looking bullish compared to the other averages. It's like two stock markets. The Dow and everything else. Maybe it deserves the looking at some of the weaker stocks in the Dow. You know, the dogs of the Dow for next year. I don't know what they are offhand, but the idea is you buy a basket of like the 10 worst Dow stocks going from this year going into next year. By the way, we have to come up with our 5 best picks for 2023 by the end of the year. So by homework
Next Thursday.
By Thursday, I need your 5 best picks of the year. And anybody else who wants to give them to me, I'm going to put it up on my website. 5 best picks of the year. That goes for our viewers. Amgen, I wanted to look at.
Yeah, Amgen and then Sava, please.
Okay. Amgen came down off the highs. It was about 300. Now it's 263. So we're getting a 10% discount off the highs. Let's see where the major support is on Amgen. Horizontal. Right about here. Looks like very good support. And how close? We're pretty close to that level, right?
Right.
Pretty close. So I would be looking to buy at about 260. Well, we're 263. In other words, I'd be looking to pick up a few shares on weakness. Amgen is a stellar performer from 2022, and I think it'll continue into 2023. Buy the dip on Amgen. Tesla we talked about, BIIB we talked about. How about Sally, the BIIB partner? And then we'll look at the one that was mentioned, BRII, was it?
Correct.
This one, like BIIB, pulled back to the 50. It's right at support. And if you want to take a gamble, this one might be more of a mover than Biogen if that drug passes, because it has a smaller market cap. So it means more to Eisai, however you say it, than it does to Biogen. Their life is probably depending on their existence as a company, more or less, is probably depending on this drug passing. So this is a do or die play. And if it does, you're going to make money. And if it doesn't, well, you're going to lose a ton of money. And the thing with all of these bios, you got to sell the news. So Soon as the FDA passes this drug, you take whatever gain you get, and you get out. That's how it works. Athesis is hanging tough at 75 pennies. The chart doesn't show you much other than the fact that it's been like a straight line trading at about the 75-cent level.
Yeah, but the volume is anemic.
Yeah, it's been flatlining like a patient that's not doing well, right?
Correct. No pulse.
Anything else worth looking at? SPY?
Would like to take a look at aapl and Sava.
Okay, and SPY, of course.
Yep.
Here it is, SPY 368 that I've been talking about for a while as being a likely target on the downside. Everybody's saying SPY 3.25, 320. It started with Morgan Stanley's Mike Wilson, and now every guru is saying the bottom's at 325, max pain, likely turning point. 320, 325 SPY. Well, it's possible that all of them are right, but I'm thinking that it won't be. It'll be a retest of this 368 level, or possibly a retest of the lows 348. If it retests the low, I think it goes slightly lower, 344, makes a double bottom, and we go up from there.
So that means plenty of pain ahead.
Yeah. I mean, even if we get a rally into the end of the year or into the first week of next year, that rally should fizzle probably at the 200. The 200 has been very difficult to get through on SPY. And also that long trend line that we've been looking at. Let's take a look at that one more time.
Lifetime. You got the wrong one.
Where is it? I keep drawing that trend line in. There it is. So that trend line has been respected every single time it's been hit or slightly crossed. So that trend line together with the 200 is big resistance. And that means if, let's say we hit that trend line right about here, that would be 398. I think we're looking like 400 would be a max to the Santa Claus rally if the resistance is to be respected. 398, 399, 400, something like that, and that would occur somewhere around here where I drew the straight line. There goes my mouse again. It's driving me cuckoo. It makes a noise, and then I got to play with it. All right, so you see where I drew a straight line? That would be 111, 112. January 12th, somewhere around there, I think we could top out at about 400, then come down to this 368 level. And it could happen. It could happen that we follow this trend line all the way down to May. May could be the turning point for this stock market. We may have to have a lot of patience, Kamal.
Oh my God.
We might. I mean, I could see it consolidating within this triangle that I drew. You know, it's. I'm not going to say it's very likely, but I think that it's certainly a possibility. I put it at about 50% chance that we trade within this triangle all the way to May and then break north. It's going to take a lot for the Fed to pivot. So it's going to take a little time. And the Fed is very adamant, at least they're talking big. So that's what I think. That's what I think, Kamal. What was that other symbol that fellow wanted me to look at?
BRII,
Yeah, let me do that. And also, you wanted something.
Sava and Apple.
Sava, right?
And
Apple.
Apple, yeah.
Apple is another disaster.
Yep.
BRII. BRII Bioscience. Another biodrec. It's hovering around the 200, right? And it's got to break. It's got to break out. Otherwise, it's just going to continue to hover in its trading range. It's in this trading range since 11/13, not that long. Since November 13th, we're range bound. 725 on the downside, $10 on the upside. And basically we're flagging here. So I would suspect, with good news, according to this fellow that joined us today, we could break out. All it requires is a good PR. Get it out, bust through this range. It's been trending up before it entered this range, so I like the chart. You see the trend was up. I don't want a rectangle. I just want to draw the trend line in. There we go. So it's been trending up, and now it's within this rectangular flag. So usually when it's trending up and it goes and it starts to flag like this, it continues on up. So let's hope that this fellow is right, that it gets a PR in the next few days to bust through. I don't own any, but I always want to see our viewers make money. I'm probably not going to buy because I've got all the trading. What do you call it? I'm all traded out, so to speak. Oh, I keep forgetting to do yours. That's not bad.
Let's do Sava
Sava.
and Apple. I think Apple hit the year low today.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. Apple, where are you? I'll just type it in. Apple is joining the party, going down every day. 129. Yeah, that looks like a low. I thought the low might have been a little bit lower.
I think
128.
Yeah, it hit that today.
129.04. Yeah, it busted through it. 128 something. It busted intraday. It went lower than the previous intraday low of June 13th. So yes, we've made new lows just like the rest. It's joined the rest of the market, which made lower lows than the June lows. How low can it go? That's the thing. How low can Apple go? As low as it likes, but realistically, it's going to have a lot of support at about 123. So there are a lot of Apple lovers, and those who have held Apple a long time, they just aren't selling. The only time they sell is when they need money to buy a house or something like that. So this looks like the an area of strong support at 103, and then we have this area.
Oh my God! Don't go lower.
No, this area at 107, and this is what I'm looking at, or is meaningful, 128. So I think we're very close to bottoming out on Apple,
I agree.
because there are always Apple lovers out there. And Sava, I'm sure went down with everything else today.
Yeah, it went below 30 today.
Oh, it really went down. But it's still respecting the 200. And I expect it will respect the 200. So worst case, we nudge below the 200, making retest the lows of 724. That would be terrible. Actually, I don't think it'll do that. We go to the daily. I don't think it goes that low. It was 2806 back here on 1222. That could be retested. Well, it was virtually it almost got there today, right?
Yep.
So we're looking at $28.
I sold it just below 50.
That was a good move.
Yeah.
You have some left though, right?
No, I sold all of it.
Oh, you sold all of it. Well, it might be good nibble.
I bought other junk stocks. With
Which
that
one?
money. I bought other junk stocks with that money, like
Oh, okay.
Apple.
So you no longer have the
Microsoft
cash. You no longer have the cash to come back in.
No.
Yeah, but Sava could be an exciting stock for 23.
I agree with that.
Very
Yes.
exciting. Along with some of the other AD plays, Innovis maybe.
I think a lot of the stocks are a good in a good price to buy in right now.
Yeah,
I mean, they could go a little lower, but I still think almost everything is a buy right now.
I agree. I mean, you never the irrationality of the market can last a little longer, but there are some good buys. Tom wanted Apple also, and we now did do Sava, and Sava. My opinion on Sava is not changed. It's an exciting stock to own, with the potential of being a 10-bagger. So to own Sava is not a bad thing, I don't think.
So when is the next show? Thursday or Friday?
Thursday, I think.
Okay.
And hopefully we have better news to report. You don't think so?
Not very optimistic, no.
Yeah. There's a lot of losses, tax losses, no doubt. So maybe come January, we start getting a rally. Okay, Tom, thanks for joining us, James, MA, and Vladimir Putin. He seems to have a political agenda, which doesn't fit our show. So, Mr. Breast, I don't know what that's all about. All right. So anyway, have a great day. See you all Thursday. Thank you, Kamal. Thank you all for coming. Ciao. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Keep the faith.